Recently, I'm trying an experiment with AI. So I realized that I have a lot of data about myself. I've been keeping an electronic journal for 4 years now. I wrote nearly, not every day, but maybe once per week or once per month. And the idea I had was I gave all that data to ChatGPT to see what patterns did it find. I'm using ChatGPT as my therapist. And the question I asked ChatGPT was, give me insights about myself that I myself don't even know. And the first thing it came out with was something very interesting. It said, you seek growth, yet fear success. As I got closer to success, I would find excuses and I would stop, basically. And that's kind of what happened with my YouTube channel. I had, I think, one of my first videos on this YouTube channel had 60 or 70K views, POV, your mastering your mindset. And then, I put a few more videos, and I remember at one point created a Discord community, and, it was relatively active. But at some point, I stopped the Discord and I stopped uploading videos. And I'm not even sure why. I felt that I had no ideas anymore. And I felt that the Discord was not high quality. And, I killed that project for nothing. I don't even know why I did it. Maybe I really feared success. I don't know. But the first observation from ChatGPT is you seek growth yet fear success. To be honest, at first when those AI LLM models came out, it was cool for the first day, first week. But after I quickly became bored. I was like, oh, it's a trick. The model is not really intelligent. But, after 1 or 2 years now, it's becoming smarter and smarter. And maybe the illusion is so good that it might be good enough for you to find real value in it. And that's when I became bullish again on AI. I was like, oh, actually, even though it's not really smart, I can still use it. It's like having a dumb friend or something. It still helps you. It still helps you do tasks and think. It's like this illusion of having a conversation with this chatbot is actually very useful for you to refine your own ideas. And now I realize also that I also had a lot of data for my physical activities. I have a Garmin watch. I use it all the time when I run. I'm using it now when I go to the gym. At one point, I remember even at jiu-jitsu, I was using it. I wore a heart rate monitor, a chest strap that was pretty slim, so it didn't disturb any opponents at jiu-jitsu, and it allowed me to record my heart rate during my jiu-jitsu activities. At one point, I stopped using this heart rate monitor because I felt like it was not providing real feedback, and it was also a little bit like constricting my breathing. But now I might wear it again to just track the days I'm going to jiu-jitsu, also to track my heart rate to see if I'm getting calmer during my sessions. It made me think about a conversation that Jim Simons, the former CEO, or let's say the founder of one of the best hedge funds in the world, Renaissance Technologies, said. He said that the edge that his hedge fund had came from having massive amounts of data. So this made me think that if I gather as much data as possible about myself, in written text, in the physical activities I have on my smartwatch, my Garmin watch. And now I'm not, I think I recorded for a time my sleep, but then I was like, oh, it's, I stopped because I I was not really analyzing my sleeping patterns. So now I'm like, oh, maybe I should also gather my sleep data, so I have more data about myself. You might find some trends about your life. That's when things become very interesting, because as AI gets smarter and smarter, the more data you have about yourself, the better decisions you can make. I think the best way would be for me to actually sit down and read through all my previous journals, check the statistics of my running activities, my tennis activities, my jiu-jitsu activities, and analyze it myself. But I still think there's added value in using AI, using ChatGPT or any other AI model. There might be things that in your own analysis you don't see, but this AI sees, and that's when things get interesting. I'm trying to use AI to find my blind spots, or jotting down as much data as possible. Maybe I go to jiu-jitsu, and I monitor it with my heart rate monitor. I see the heart rate, but I could add also some notes in the app. I could say, today this technique worked well for me, this one didn't work well. Jot down a few notes, and I think that would be very valuable. As AI gets smarter, it will provide better and better feedback. And of course, one other source of data I have about myself is, of course, my YouTube videos. I have a lot of YouTube videos. Actually, a lot of them are unlisted or private. And I have tons and tons and tons, hours and hours of me recording myself in front of the camera. And, I think I remember, I think it was a TV show Black Mirror, with enough data you could clone a human being. And I was like, oh, actually, as AI gets smarter, it could happen. They could clone me with all the data I have about myself. And of course, some of you might say, "Oh, you're crazy! Why are you doing this?" They're seeing all your data. And it's true that I gave all my secrets maybe to ChatGPT. I think my life is not that important anyway. So I want to give them the data more in a selfish manner. I want to see what the AI says about me and how I can tune my life. Yeah, one thing, for example, I want to give ChatGPT also. I think each iPhone has this, is the time you spend on social media, scrolling mindlessly, checking your friends' stories, or maybe if you post a story or a photo, how many times do you check how many likes do you have and stuff like that. So like all that useless time spent on that, that fear of judgment, that need for approval, constantly checking. And I think if you could see it, if you could see it clearly in data, that would be amazing to see, because I think most people don't really see it. Like, oh, this is a report, black and white, and or maybe this is a report, but since nobody's with AI, there will be like this this bot saying some comments about your data. Oh, you're spending too much time, and it seems like a conversation. You can talk back and forth, and it's like having this real person, telling you that, which feels very different than just data, which is more neutral. So, I'm gonna keep you guys updated on my experiments with AI. I gave a lot of data. It was there was a few other comments I don't remember exactly, but the one that really struck me was that ChatGPT said, "You seek success. Now you seek growth, yet fear success." This fear of success. And it is something worthwhile for me to meditate on it, why I have it. It's like so many people I see, they get close to success and then they stop. For example, a lot of my friends actually started YouTube, they had more views than me, but after one video or two, they just stopped for no reason at all. They became, they reverted back to their old self, that is, doing their previous activities. And, it's very hard to sustain a new activity. And, a lot of people, I realize, have that fear, like that fear of success. They get close and then they stop, and myself included, apparently. I would upload I think many times in the past, I uploaded every day, and at one point I stopped because I felt that I had no inspiration, or maybe that I was not deserving of success. I don't know. And when you do an activity, you have to love it so much that even though you don't succeed, you continue doing it, because it's not the success that you seek, but the activity itself. You don't seek. As I get older, I realize I get closer to fundamental truths, and you realize that you don't do things for the score, for the grade. You do it because you love it. You enjoy the process. You run because it feels good. You don't do it because you want the little clap from your friends. You do it because it's part of who you are, and you cannot stop doing it. And I do jiu-jitsu because that's part of who I am. I cannot stop doing it. And I read books because I have to do it. I cannot not do it. And I think that's what life is about. It's about doing things for the thing itself. Of course, have an upward aim of making the world better, of treating everybody with love and fairly. But when you do things, you do them because you love it. You want to do it because it feels interesting. It fuels you. It fuels your curiosity. You do it because you cannot not do it. So, I went into a lot of different tangents. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say in this video. I gave all my data to ChatGPT. I'm waiting actually for ChatGPT to integrate video so that I can send ChatGPT all the hours and hours I recorded of myself to ask ChatGPT, what do you think of my body language, what I can improve, etc., etc. Did my body language improve throughout the years? And, that's the type of things I want to ask ChatGPT. What do you think my blind spots are? What do you think I should do? Just having a conversation with this AI. And actually, the very good thing about AI was that, on another tangent, I'm learning Chinese Mandarin now. I'm accelerating my learning, and a lot of my acceleration was due to AI. Conversationally, ChatGPT is very good. It might not make completely logical sense, from A to Z, but having a conversation, you don't need to have logic. You just need to continue talking and learning new vocabulary. And it's very good at that. So I'm gonna stop this video now. Tell me in the comments. Did you try to give your data to AI, to ChatGPT, or Grok for that matter? What things did you realize about yourself? Or maybe are you gonna try it? Or do you care too much about the privacy of your information? Me, I don't care too much about the privacy. I think you have to accept yourself fully. So I don't really care too much about that. But yeah, tell me in the comments, what do you think about this little experiment I did, and what do you think the future is for AI and this intersection with personal development? Because I'm a self-help junkie. That's what they call in the self-help world. I'm obsessed about getting better, improving, and that's my obsession, I guess. But that is it for this little video. I hope you liked it, and I'm gonna do a lot more in the future, so stay tuned. See you in the next video.